Hello, Taurus, and welcome to Embrace the Moon Tarot and a new moon reading for the month of October. So I had some family medical issues that had cropped up that kept me busy in the beginning of the month that didn't allow me to sit down in space for the monthly readings. But I did not want to go the whole month without giving you readings, so I'm going to give you a new moon reading. Now, the new moon in October 2017 is going to be in Libra, which is about creating balance. And to me, the new moon in essence is kind of a monthly new day, new week, new year. You kind of can begin again and work with the vibrations of that newness to the fullness. So, balance. New moon in Libra is about balance. So this new moon, it is going to be about, I'm going to do a reading that's going to focus on what energy you're going to have available to you with the new moon. What it is that you need to release so you can bring this energy into your life, and what it is that you need to focus to help cultivate that energy. So that's going to be this reading for October. And let me go ahead and finish shuffling and then lay this out for you. Communication. So that is what's going to be available to you. What you need to release. What is going to be available to you, your strength. What you need to focus on. All right, so let's begin with what is going to be available to you. So with the turn of the new moon and the energy of the new moon going past the new moon, so the new moon in the couple days following it, you're going to have the vibrations of communication open to you. And although this and the image in of itself feels like it's communication with on spiritual matters, I believe that this seems to be more with communication with people in your life that you've been feeling quite blocked. You've had moments of great frustration because there are people who you have been connecting to. And whenever you have been having conversations or you've been talking about specific matters that they are involved with you, you're somehow involved and connected. The communication between the two of you have been not quite what you wanted them to be. And it feels very much to you one way. Like you understand their perspective. You understand what they have to say about the matter and the issues at hand. You understand and have been creating an area of open acceptance and embracing what they have been saying. But you feel like that it's been one way. Anytime that you have tried to speak and communicate and allow them to see things from your perspective to try to get a broader concept regarding this issue at hand, whatever it may be, you felt like they're not as open. They haven't been receiving you and what you have to say as openly as you have been receiving of what they have to say. And you just feel like it doesn't matter how you try to explain it, how you may reword the analogies that you may give, whatever the case may be, it just has felt very one-sided, and you have been extremely frustrated to the point where you've actually felt like you wanted to cut any sort of communication on this matter with them at least for the time being. Kind of take a break. You just feel like you've maybe if you don't talk about the matter anymore and you give actual space between you and this other person or people, that by giving actual physical space, maybe when you guys connect again, you could actually get across what it is that you've been getting across. And I'm here to tell you that after the new moon, some of the blocks that you have been experiencing in trying to communicate and convey what you have to say is going to be released. And you're going to have this new space and general for you to be able to speak and communicate. And the recipient is going to be able to understand your perspective. Understand is the key word. It's not going to resolve the issue for some of you, but the understanding is going to be there. The frustration from the lack of communication or the receiving of communication from your perspective, that is going to come to an end. And so it's a beginning. So you can continue progressing in communicating what it is that you need to communicate and hopefully get past this, whatever it is that's going on. So what do you need to release for you to be able to tap into this energy that is going to be available to you? Because it's going to be there, but you still got to kind of do some work to get it, to bring it in, hone it, and bring it towards you so you can utilize it. What you need to release, we have the witch, earthly weaver of the world. There's a focus that you have. So all the times that you have been reinventing how you state it, rewording how you present your communication of this, there's still been a very specific grounding point that you've had. You've always been coming from one point. So anytime you've been up to plate to talk about this, your position has just been kind of operating, and you've been coming out from that one position, and which is why there's a frustration. There needs to be a shift in how you are presenting the information. You've been too grounded in one specific viewpoint, one specific, trying to think of how I'm trying to say this so it conveys so that I can communicate to you properly. You need to kind of shift one way or the other so that when you are speaking, your analogies are shifted just right. So you're taking in their point of view and how they are perceiving and how they are talking about this issue, and try to figure out how you can ground your point of view in how they perceive it so that your message will be received better. But you're too grounded on your side of the fence of the situation, and so they can't see what it is that you're conveying. So if you can somehow step a little closer to their side of what they're trying to convey and utilize what you understand, what they have to say about this, the communication's going to be easier because they're going to understand, because you're using how they perceive it to get to their point, but have your point across. Does that make sense? It seems kind of wordy, but you're too grounded, just as they are too grounded in their point of view that they won't move. You also have been a bit grounded in your point of view. You have conveyed multiple ways, but you haven't come and utilized what you've understood about them to help them see the middle ground. So you got to shift. You got to release your position on how you are conveying it, not your position on the actual issue, just your position on how you are conveying the message. Once you release your stronghold on how you are conveying the message, and you manage to utilize what you understand of their perception, that's going to open up the doorways for communication. And I feel that's validated here. Your focus is werewolf, exploring wildness. And I feel that it's just exploring their side of the fence, exploring the wilderness of their woods of communication. Finding those key points that you understand what they're saying and utilizing it for how you can explain your point of view so that the communication doorways can open and you can move past this. All right, that is all I have for you for this month, Taurus. I hope it's a great one. Make it a great one. And hopefully I'll see you in November. Happy October.